Hey there, this is Pat, and on day 3 of my cross-country road trip, I traveled to Dallas to meet Brad Grubbs and see his 2001 Black Tie Prowler. This meeting with Brad wasn't originally in my plan, but he contacted me a few days before I left and asked if I could stop by. His home was only a couple miles off my route, so it was easy for me to work this visit into my schedule.
Glad to see you.
Glad to see you. You don't mind I'm recording right now, do you?
Oh, no, I don't mind. I won't say anything hateful or ugly.
Well, I'd edit it out if you did anyway, so not a problem.
Okay.
So this is interesting. So is your garage in the back?
Yes, my car is in the back.
Okay.
And we'll take a look there. Angie has a few goodies prepared for us.
Okay, thank you.
And Marty gave me strict instructions to keep you on the road soon.
No, I know, I understand. No, yeah, I guess he's worried that when you go through Austin, that it might be kind of
a nightmare.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of construction going through Dallas.
A whole lot.
Yeah, a little messy. And then so when I got out of my car, there was all this black like streaks of tar that were all over the hood and all over the front of it. So I saw that, and I'm like, let me just try to get into it. But I've got these wash wipes that I bought.
Yeah, I saw you had those in the video.
One of my videos I showed that, and I got a whole I got like several packs of them with me, because it was otherwise it would be, you know, things like that come up, and then of course, you know, lots of window cleaner and all that, because of course bugs are just everywhere. So I don't know, as I start heading west, I don't know if I'm gonna get less and less bugs. I'm kind of hoping, you know, when you're more out in the desert,
maybe it'll be slick.
Yeah.
It won't stick.
I can only hope. So okay, well, hey, let's take a look inside. Okay.
Show you the garage. This is my wife made me keep it clean. And helped me organize.
Oh, so, okay. So you got. Oh, so this is the way it works. You've got like an alley in the back here, right?
Yeah, an alley in the back, and I widened the driveway so I have a little more.
Oh, okay.
A little more room to.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Oh, this is nice. You've got the
quick jack.
Oh, these are nice. I should get one of these.
They raise it about 22 inches.
Yeah.
The only downside to it is these things weigh 70 pounds a piece, and they're 73 years old.
Yeah.
That is heavy.
Yeah. Well, also now the thing is about this is that you have to have them at kind of a funny angle to get around on the car, right?
On the Prowler, I bought extensions for it.
Okay.
And I jacked the Prowler up. I've got a picture of the Prowler on it, and it worked pretty good. But I just didn't really like it, and contacted the manufacturer, and he suggested go sideways.
Oh, so you got it laid out here like this right now, but actually you would have it facing the other direction.
Yeah, go the
So you have to put them on. So you can't. The car can't drive up on it then.
No, you just you don't drive. You just slide them up under, and it just lifts it.
Okay.
Lifts up.
Okay, but are there wheels under it so they can roll around a little bit?
There's some wheels on one end.
Okay. I'm just curious because I've been.
Here, get a hold of that.
Okay.
And see what you think.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to hold that very long. Yeah, that's definitely heavy.
And it's got a hydraulic pump.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering how you would get the things up at that point.
Yeah, quick disconnects on the hydraulics, and once it's just a hassle to use simply because it's so heavy, and you just got to maneuver it and make sure that everything's good. But
okay.
I am working on my other son's car, a little Miata. He needed an O2 sensor change, so I jacked that up, and it worked out really well.
Okay. And you know, a car like that, and also the Prowler is pretty lightweight, so it's probably well under the limit these things have, right?
Well, 5,000 pounds, they say, is what it's rated at.
Yeah. Okay, so nice.
But this is.
So no, this isn't repainted. This is an original black tie, then, right?
Original black tie.
Okay.
Serial number 96.
Okay.
And it's probably the highest mile black tie out there, 103,000 miles.
Wow. Okay. So it's a 01 then, right?
It's an 01, yes, sir. And a Plymouth, as some people say, there are no 01 Plymouths.
No, there are. No, there are. There was a mix. There was a mix in 01. So, in fact, actually, in 01, the only colors that are mixed that you could have in either one was orange and silver. So if you had the full silver and the orange, I think were the only ones that you could actually, that if you got that and somebody says it's an 01, then you have to ask, is it a Chrysler or is it a Plymouth? Yeah. But the black tie, they only did when it was Plymouth.
Yeah, I had an 01 silver, and I had that for 5 months, and a guy ran a red light and T-boned me and totaled it.
Okay.
messed it up pretty bad. This car is pretty much stock. Got the Buddy Collins steering wheel.
Okay.
Buddy's made a gear shifter, which was real nice. I had a lot of other mods.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look at that.
And
Yeah. Now, who made that one?
Buddy Collins.
Oh, so the guy, same guy I'm going to see. Okay.
Yeah, one Buddy C.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that's his, but I didn't realize he made those. Okay.
I don't
Does
know
he
if
still make it? But he has. He did make them, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this obviously you had this covering on here, and
Well,
apparently it's come off.
I was trying to get this off. I've got a hard top.
Okay.
And I got this to run it for the hard top, and then I was trying to take it off. It stuck so bad, and I tried to use the razor blade. Don't show anybody I did that.
Well, guess what? I just recorded it.
So be careful if you're trying to get this. I've got about 10 hours in there to here. I've tried heat and all the other tricks I could think of.
So now, why did you want to take it off, though?
I wanted to take it off. I was going to put this car back to totally stock.
Oh, okay.
And,
Okay, so when you bought it, was it?
Totally stock, 2,500 miles on it.
Okay, so you weren't the first owner, though.
No, I was second.
You're the second owner. Okay, so the first owner had it completely stock at the time.
It was completely stock.
Because this looks pretty stock to me, except
it is.
Except for that. I mean, otherwise,
yeah.
and the steering wheel.
The steering wheel. I used to have a lot of other mods. I had a reel rod pan. I had a reel rod Nerf bars. I had a
Okay.
TGF spoiler, TGF hardtop.
Oh, so you used to have a spoiler on there too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now that you can't tell. I mean.
No, it was done with two-sided tape.
Oh, okay.
A few years ago, I was in a position where I was needed some money to support an ex-wife.
Okay. You don't need to go into detail on that
Yeah,
if you
and
don't want.
I just started selling parts of it to
Okay.
take care of that. And
Okay.
I sold some parts I can't ever replace. Dragon panels I had. There were only 30 sets of those made. I sold those. I sold just a lot of stuff. I've also got a reel rod weekender. I still have it.
You still have the Weekender.
No, I did not sell
Oh, I'm saying you still have the
Yeah, I
Weekender?
still have the weekender.
Because those have become very hot items. I've had many people that have contacted me saying they saw them in my video. And they said, where can I get a Weekender? I said, good luck,
Yeah.
because they haven't been made in years. So if you ever did want to sell that, you probably could make a profit on it.
Yeah,
I'll bet you would.
I enjoy it. I use it more than the trailer. I've only used the trailer twice.
Okay, so obviously that's not a Prowler trailer.
It is now. It's a Black Tie
It is
trailer.
now. It's a black. Okay, now, but
It's an old motorcycle trailer.
I was just going to ask. It looks like something that you could put on a motorcycle.
And I got this in 12 years ago and just
Okay.
painted it to match the car.
Okay.
But it holds a lot of stuff and a whole lot of stuff, but it's just, I don't use it, so I've got it listed for sale
Okay.
here locally just to sell my old motorcycle trailer.
Okay.
The other mod I've done.
Now, okay. Well, obviously you removed the bumpers. So with the
yes,
bumpers.
the bumpers were the first thing. This is a TGF bumper.
Okay. Okay. So you're one of those guys that doesn't like the bumpers, then, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I drove the car. I bought it on eBay and flew to Denver, drove it home, and the next day I pulled the bumpers off.
Okay. I don't mind them. People ask me about that, and I'm like, that's the way the car when I first saw it, and I know they're goofy looking, but it's, to me, it's kind of, I totally get it why people don't like them, but I'm always still kind of partial to them. I think they're kind of goofy, and the car's kind of goofy in some ways, and I'm okay with that. So.
And the other thing is I just had
Oh, wow.
the manifold painted.
Look at that. That is sharp. Now you said you had it painted. Those are actually paint. That's not decal.
Yes, that's paint.
Oh, you're
actually,
right. I can't feel the decal, so
yeah,
that is.
it's all sanded down and painted and flamed and then clear coated. I
Nice.
had one of our Prowler guys did that. He had a black tie. Man, I haven't seen him post in years. Black tie 61, I think, or something like that. But anyway, he painted that for me, and
So he came here.
no, I bought an extra manifold.
Oh, okay,
sent
so
that to him.
okay, so this manifold, he didn't come do it. You took the manifold off the car.
I took the manifold off the car and shipped it to him.
Oh, okay.
In Florida, I think.
Okay.
And I still have the original. I have everything to make this car totally stock.
Okay.
All the.
So, you still have the original manifold?
I still have the original.
Okay. Yeah, because it's clearly is not just painted over the old manifold because it had all the different imprinting on it. You
Yeah,
know, the 3.5 liter, all that stuff's all over the. Yeah, so clearly this is not the same manifold.
Yeah, it is a Prowler manifold, but it's all sanded.
Okay.
Just so.
Well, it's a Prowler manifold, but it's not one that was ever from the factory though.
At one time it was.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Because they had the lettering and stuff embossed on it. I thought they did. You know, the original. Mine does.
I can't remember if it does. I got one of the original in my storage.
Yeah, I thought it. I mean, I thought that would be embossed in it. So we can look at mine.
But it was an original manifold.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if then, because if it was an aftermarket to make it to work with that, because it's so smooth. You know, the edge. This is all just so smooth over here.
That's part of the $1,200 cost was the prep.
Okay. Well, you know, now how long ago was this done? Because it definitely hides the age of the car, as far as the miles.
I did it probably 2006 or 2007.
Really? This looks really good still. For that many years. I mean, how many miles after that? I mean,
probably at least 70 or 80,000.
Okay.
Miles on.
So that cover on there has lasted that many miles?
Yeah, probably 80,000.
No, I mean that's done well. Again, okay, but it is painted on there. It's not a decal. Decals would have come off by now.
Yeah, it's painted, sanded and painted and clear coated.
Okay.
And I'm getting ready to take it all apart and do the timing belt, and
that's right. Okay.
I've got the kit for that and the water pump, and
so you're gonna do all that yourself?
Yes.
Okay, you're better than me in that. I'm not a mechanic. I never would have even attempted that, but I've been lucky that I have my local Chrysler dealer has a mechanic that's their specialty car guy, and he's the same guy that's done everything on my car, and so he knows my car now, and so he's been pretty good about it. Whenever I had new parts bring over, any aftermarket stuff, he'd swap them out for me, and he'd give me the old parts back, just to prove here it is, here's the old part. So I've been thankful there, but I know he probably charges me more than I normally get charged. I know I'm looking at the bill sometimes and like, yeah, I think he charged me more, but I can't say anything about it because he's been good with it so far, and I kind of have to keep that relationship going. So
something else unique on this vehicle, the first I know of that had a ball joint failure driving down the road. 40 miles an hour, this ball joint fell.
Okay. Now when it happened, was it still the original or the recalled one?
It was a recalled one.
It was a recalled one.
But it had 90,000 miles on it.
That was my next question. How many miles were on it? So, okay.
And now I've got another original. I was down for 8 months.
Okay.
And I couldn't get ball joints.
Yep.
And Robin from Canada heard my plea.
Yeah.
He sent me a set of ball joints.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now a set of recalled ball joints.
Yeah, a set of recalled ball joints.
Okay. Now have you considered getting those ones from the rare parts one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I have a set myself, but my car, being that it doesn't have enough miles yet, I haven't bothered to put them in yet. But at some point, I'm definitely considering it. And also kind of giving it a chance to all these people that have put them in and make sure they work. It's not, I mean, it is one of these things. It is a brand new thing, and not that I don't necessarily trust, but I guess I kind of don't, because you want to see, enough other people use it and it's been going good for a while, and then I'll have them put in. But I bought them as soon as I could when they were making them, because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get a set if I waited too long.
Yeah, well, I sent rare parts my failed one.
Okay.
And during their development. I don't know if it helped them.
Oh, you did?
But I sent them my failed one.
Well, okay. I'm sure that helped.
Somebody else sent a brand new one to them.
Okay. All right. Now how old? You said you replaced the wheels and the tires recently?
No, I have not. I bought them. I haven't replaced them. But these are the Nitos.
These are Nitos. I was going to ask you about that, because I have a Nito, but mine doesn't have the same tread pattern as yours. Mine is a Nito 555, and yours are not that. They're a different one.
Something different.
Motivo. It looks like it says at the bottom there. Motivo.
Yeah, Nativo.
Or so I didn't realize they had a different. When I got mine, this was the only Nitto they had in the matching front and back was the 555 model that I've got. And other people I've seen that have the Nittos have the same one as mine. I didn't realize that Nitto actually had another model.
Something else I've got on here, and a lot of people have asked me, and I've sent pictures. These are a little oversized. Here. Oh, what are they?
315s. Okay, so this is a different wheel, or does it fit?
Yeah, no, it's the same wheel, but
same
it's
wheel?
just a little bit different tire.
Okay.
But the thing is, see, the clearance up there on the frame is good.
Yeah.
It doesn't rub on my fenders.
Okay.
It fits in there really well.
Huh. Wow. Okay.
So if you're looking for the upsize or over grip,
Okay, so that probably explains then why the size I had, I have the 295 as the standard size. So that probably explains it, that they probably don't have this size, or they, well, I wasn't looking for this one, so I was looking for a larger size, but I never would have guessed that. And I heard, you're not the first person that's told me that they put 315s on a 295 with tire, and I'm not sure how that works, but, or how that can fit.
but anyway, it's a little bit wider. And
So yeah, so from the back it should look wider. It doesn't look too much wider to me, but
I think it's about an inch.
it's got to be at least an inch.
But it fits
Because
really
that's
good.
20 more millimeters, so it's got to be at least an inch on there. Now I see you took the baffles out. I just noticed.
Oh yeah, I did that. That was one of the first things, right along with the
Yeah.
bumpers.
You know, I'll tell you though. I know that it makes it louder, but on this trip, I'm glad it's not any louder because you're constantly listening to the drone of the car.
Yeah.
And if it was louder than that, I would not be able. I mean, it's hard enough as it is because you're trying to listen to music or trying to. And again, like I mentioned to you, if anybody wants to call me, forget it because I got the Bluetooth, and so I don't have to try to hold the phone, but I can't hear anybody.
True.
You know, actually I hear them because it's the one I have is one of these things that plugs into the cigarette lighter and then it goes to the speakers. So I can hear the person that's calling me, no problem, but it's still relying on the phone's own microphone to pick up my voice. And it's only maybe a foot away from me, but I'm screaming at it and people can't hear me. I'm going 75 miles an hour down the freeway. And my wife called me last night or during the day yesterday, and I kind of warned, she knows that, so when she's calling me, I kind of like, she's trying to talk to me and I can't hear her, and so I eventually had to pull over.
Yeah, just pull over.
And I find and I asked her, she's like, "Oh no, I was just seeing how you're doing." I'm like, "Well," she knows how hard it is for me to be able to hear, and so I'm, but whatever.
Well, I've got the remedy for the drone and hearing all that noise.
Okay.
It's real simple. For me, I simply take out my hearing aids and put it in earplugs.
Oh. Well, yeah, I could do that, but that's the thing though, is that now, yeah, I guess you could just put in earplugs, but then I like to be able to still hear if anything else going on.
Yeah.
So if anything outside of the car, I hear something, I don't want that to be affected by
those
it.
earplugs don't drown everything out.
Yeah.
It is good for.
Well, but you got the baffles gone, so you need it even more than I do. If you're going down the freeway.
I don't think it's that much louder.
Really? Well,
But then again, my mufflers are burnt out with 100,000 miles on them.
your what?
My muffler has 100,000 miles of burning it out too.
Oh, okay, that's true. Now I just noticed something here. You're missing this panel right here.
There's just I have them. It's just a
Right,
piece of tape.
it's just a
that
cover.
goes-
Right, there's just a cover over that because
Yes.
it's connecting these two
It's
pieces.
just a piece of tape. I had an aftermarket, had a real rod rear end on it, and I
Oh.
took that off. And when I put the stock one back on, it's got a
Okay,
tape.
so when you had that on there, then that has the rear bumpers are removed too, then, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, because it's a different belly pan
Yeah.
look on there, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I really liked it. And it had the little Nerf bars that Real Rod made.
Okay.
It was pretty unique, and I sold those too, and I wish I had all the stuff back, but it'll never happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's one of those touchy subjects because you see my car and I haven't done a whole lot to it. I mean, I've done minor things, but that's just the way the car was when I saw it, and I loved it that way. But then I'm gonna go see Marty and look what he's done to his car, and it's like, whoa, okay, so I can't. But if it makes you happy, that's what you do. I mean, I totally get it. I mean, I totally get why some people are like that. I just am kind of fond of the way the car was so goofy and crazy as it is, that to try to make it even more goofy and crazy. But I mean, anybody that sees it. I mean, I had one guy yesterday come to me, I was at a gas station. He's looking at me, he's like, "Is that a kit car?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"No." And I said, "No." He said, "No, it's a real car." And he's like, "Wow, they did a really good job on it." As if he's still thinking it's a kit car. It's like, it's not a kit car. It's a real car. And then when I was in Arkansas, this guy comes up to me with this really thick Southern drawl, looking at it, saying, "Is that a foreign car?" And I'm like, "No." He said, "It's a Chrysler." And he's like, I can't imitate his voice. I can't do voices, but It's just he's taking pictures of it. He's like, he's not believing that it's a Chrysler. He's like, yeah, actually it is.
There are a lot of them. Have you passed out the little toy cars?
I don't have any.
I have some for you.
Do you have any yellow?
No, I don't. I've got Candy and I've got Mulholland.
No, that's okay. If I back in the day, I know there was a lot of those cases out there, and if I ever found a case of yellow, I'd like to get that.
Well, maybe just put a word out.
I have. I mentioned it one time, and it's one of these things where it's just, I don't know. At the same time, I would spend that, but then I don't know what I'd do with it, because then I would probably just end up giving away to kids, and that's what people do with them. Right. So, and I do go to car shows. I didn't go really to any last year, of course.
Well,
Nobody had
I
any.
reserve those little cars to little kids or pretty girls.
Okay.
On occasion, I give to an old guy.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I've got a few I give to you to.
Okay. Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
Every time I see some come up that are for sale, I try to snatch them up.
Okay.
I've got like 3 cases left, is all.
Yeah. When I was with Larry, he showed me, he still has, one of his original ones that they did, the Johnny Lightning one of his car, with the paint job on his car. And he told me, he said that they didn't even pay him for that. He didn't get any royalty or any.
No kidding.
Yeah, and apparently he didn't push it either. He didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
I would have. I'm like, he could have made a nice. I would think.
I think
but
it's really cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, I just really surprised that he just went ahead and let him do that and didn't expect anything for it. But
Something else, and I just got these. Have you got the headrest pads?
I have a different kind. I've got a different one that's not meant for the Prowler. It's actually just one of these ones. It's like it's a pillow shaped. So it's really, because I had neck surgery many years ago, and so it just helps. It's one of those ones that kind of conforms. And it's a mold. It's kind of like the pillows you get that are memory foam kind of thing. So it helps me with that.
It makes it a whole lot easier. I had some with the Prowler embroidered in it. Another one of those things I sold years ago, but I snatched these up a while back.
Okay.
Something else. Being a Chrysler guy, I've got to show you.
Now, when you say you're a Chrysler guy, did you work for Chrysler originally?
No,
You always preferred Mopar?
I always preferred Mopar. Back,
Okay.
I had a 1970 Duster with a 340. I bought it brand new off the shoulder floor.
Okay.
And I raced it. And
Okay.
it was fast, and I just always liked Chryslers, and that's pretty much what I've had. Once in a while I get stuck with some old foreign car.
Well, I noticed you had that there, but you've got the Crossfire over there.
Crossfire. That's a pretty unique. I looked for.
Oh, it's an SRT. That's the SRT8 one then, right?
Yeah, this SRT6.
Oh, 6. I'm sorry. This one only had the 6, didn't it? You're right. This one only had the 6.
And I looked for about 6 months before I found this car.
Okay.
That was in good shape. They only made 928 of them. They imported the U.S. But I looked for this, pretty rare. It's the Mercedes AMG.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, because you said that you were imported, because these were all made by Mercedes at the time, back when it was Daimler Chrysler. Yeah.
But the SRT6 is pretty rare. It's a fast car stock. It'll do a quarter mile around about 13 seconds flat, and that's pretty quick for a 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
For just about anything.
Yeah.
But this car, it had 25,000 miles on it when I bought it.
Okay.
We've got 65,000 on it now.
Okay.
We've had it several years. But I surprised Angie with this car.
Okay.
She said she's tired. She wanted something. She's tired of a soccer mom car.
Okay.
So I bought it and needed a top. I took it to Dallas Dodge. They put one on. And I told Angie, I said, and she had no clue I'd bought it. I said, will you go with me to pick the car up at Dallas Dodge? She thought I had one of the other cars there. So, okay, and we walked in. They had it all set in there, shined up and cleaned it up real good for me. Right there as you walk in the service area.
Yeah.
I said, boy, that's sharp, isn't it? And she said, yeah. And then Linda Hammond, one of our friends that service tech, handed me the controller, and I go click it, and the lights flash, and I handed it to Angie and said, that's yours.
Oh, wow.
She was...
Wow.
But she loves to tell the people how this goes 0 to 100 to 0 in 17 seconds.
Is that actually true?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the things they advertise. But it's,
Okay. Have you ever tried to prove that?
Angie does.
Really? Okay.
But a lot of the Chrysler people don't really like it because it's Mercedes.
Well, and it does have that reputation. I was going to mention that unfortunately it does have that rap, but wow, that's a big strut they put on there.
But again, it's just a fun car to drive. Doesn't get near the attention that the Prowler does.
No, of course not. No, they wanted it to when they made it. I think they were hoping that, it would be, and it just never really took off as well.
Yeah, but it's a fun car, and it's just, and we enjoy it too. We're not much involved in the Crossfire group.
Okay.
Never been to any of the events, but
Is it a big group? I mean,
yes, yeah.
they have a big group. Well, they made a lot more of these.
A lot more of this international.
Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Prowler's not very. I mean, there are people in Europe. We see them on the POA, often, but the car was never built or made. It was all. Whereas this car was built there, so I can see.
It's a fun car, and it's just these two will probably won't get rid of. I will sell my Black Tie, and mainly because I would like to get a car that I could do more to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to chop up a Black Tie.
Okay. Yeah, because those are rare.
And that's the only reason. But
yeah,
people say you sell it, and I say, yeah, I'll take $28,000 for it, which is for a 100,000-mile car, way high. But
that is high.
If somebody offers me that, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Then I go buy.
I think they don't really know what the car is worth if they offer you that much for that much miles, and that's the only thing. That's the only problem with it. They'd say that's what keep it low.
Yeah,
at
the
this
only
point.
thing that's the going for it is that it's the Black Tie.
Right. And it was originally that way. Somebody didn't paint it that way after the fact.
Sure.
Right. Because some people have. I've heard of other ones. Not that one as much. The Woodward more. I think there has been some people have done that one. That's not an original.
And then finally, about a year ago, upgraded and got my dream toolbox. I started.
Oh, it was up here. Wow.
Started playing with mechanics when I was 15 years old, and I had a tall Craftsman, but I just finally bought me this stuff about a year ago, and just finally got stuff set up so I can find my tools and know where they are.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is much neater than mine. I tend to keep my tools kind of a mess.
Well, and I do too, but Angie, bless her heart, makes me.
Oh, wow.
And she bought me the other day, and I haven't used it yet, but a labeler, so I can label the drawers, and that way I don't have to go looking for it. But actually, it's she that has to look for it. I know where they are.
Okay. Okay.
Another hobby I've taken up is detailing.
Okay.
And just simply as a hobby for my cars, and I can do them my brothers, and I've just it's those guys earn the money that do the full-blown details. That's hard work.
Yeah, I bet it is. I actually, when I was looking for work, one of the things that there was a shop near me that did detailing on my car once, and I really like how they did it. And then they sent me an email, because I'm on their email list now, and they actually had it on there saying, "Oh, and if you want to come work with us, here's the number." And I almost did. I almost was like, I might do it. But then I was still working on those videos, and I kind of thought, well, if that starts working, I'd rather do that. But and so now that's working, so I probably won't work for them. But it was one of those things that said, yeah, but if there was anything I'd wanted to do that was like manual labor, that would be one I would do, because it would probably would be fun to do that.
For an old guy, it's hard on your body, but
yeah, that I imagine it would be. Yeah.
I've got pretty much the.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I just noticed you've got quite the supply of.
I got rid of all my a lot of junk stuff, but I bought just bought some good stuff. This is really good. It's not a commercial for Dura, for whoever make Dura coating, but it's the metal polish. That stuff is phenomenal. I gave Tammy Fisher a bottle of it.
Now, when it says metal polish, is that meant for the engine or any parts inside? Or when it says metal, or does it just mean that anything's metal can be polished?
It's great for chrome.
Okay, that was my next question. This seems like more of something you'd use on chrome then.
Yeah,
right?
chrome, or it's anything aluminum. It just does an amazing job.
Okay,
it shines it like crazy. But just that just kind of turned into a hobby, and I just.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, it's our pleasure.
Yes, thank you.
So nice to meet you.
I really appreciate you being able to let me come by, and you're right on the way almost, so it really wasn't far out of the way to make this trip.
No more than 15 minutes out of your way.
Oh, it is, yeah. So, okay, we'll see you next time.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.